Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Potomac Season 6, Episode 11. So I am in the house, as you guys can see, and hopefully I can get through this without Blue barking or anybody knocking at the door or coming down the hallway or walking in the room or anything like that. Let's see if we can get that done, you guys. Also, I know the Power Review is supposed to be up, and for whatever reason, it was not loaded into my on demand. And I know I can find it somewhere, so it might get to the point where I got to look for it online. So if anybody knows about that, you can't leave the link on YouTube. They won't let you. But if you can maybe DM me a link or send it to me on Twitter or something, because I got to get this episode watched so I can watch it. I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyway, you guys, as far as Real Housewives of Potomac is concerned, this episode felt like a filler. But I don't think it was supposed to be considered a filler. But it definitely felt fillerish. But that's neither here nor there, you guys. The review. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so let's start with Giselle. Giselle is with her daughter, Grace, and it looks like Grace, after 5 times trying it, she finally got her driver's permit, okay? So now it's up to Giselle to teach her daughter how to drive. I don't know if everybody has that kind of wherewithal. I actually did teach both Joe and Jada to drive. Mr. was not doing it, didn't quite have the patience for it. Every now and then he would, but for the most part, I was the one that taught them. And it is a stressful job. You have to really be able to keep a level head because these kids got lead feet. You know, they just don't understand the tension of the paddle and all of that shit. So you be speeding and you be stressed out, holding on to the to that side thing, you know, trying to press your feet into the ground, hoping that you could actually stop the car when you really can't. Yeah, I've been there. So anyway, it's just a cute little scene of her and Grace in the Gucci Mini. It used to be Jamal's car, evidently, and I guess he took it out there and then he left it or whatever. And so now Giselle has it. It seems like I've seen her driving that car for a few seasons, but I might be wrong. I know she's always had like a Fiat or a Mini, you know, something really little like that, a Cooper. But whatever. And so it's just her and Grace, you know, doing a couple of laps in a parking lot, almost hitting the cameraman, all of that. How many of you guys remember learning how to drive or teaching your kid how to drive? It's stressful, huh? And then jumping over to Mia. Mia tells us that, well, she's told us a few times that because her husband has now decided to take a back seat to their 14 businesses that he has, she is now taking a leadership role. And that means in the daily runnings of all of his said businesses. So, yeah, she's a busy girl. You know, she always has to say she's a boss, even though I don't think she said it in this part. Anyway, she calls her mom on FaceTime because, remember, she and her mom are trying to forge this relationship, trying to get it back on track. And so she's trying to, I guess, get her and her mother and her kids to link up, okay, because she wants, at least if she can't work it out with her mom exactly, at least it'll be the kids and the granny, okay? Sometimes they get a second chance with them grandkids. So she's talking to her mom on the phone, and her mom is saying how she's got to run and go pick up I guess another one of her grandkids from school. They get out early that day. And Mia was saying that she does have other siblings. She has a couple of older siblings. I think she said a set of twins and excuse me, another brother and a sister, and one of the sisters lives with the mom, and from what it sounds like, the sister is not able to really afford to live on her own. So the mother, the grandmother, or the mother, I guess this is the mother, we're talking about Mia. The mother takes care of the daughter, and she says they kind of have like a codependent relationship, and she didn't really go on and on about it, but whatever the issue is there, it seems that, you know, maybe the sister needs a little bit of help, and the mom is trying to do that when she probably needs help her own self, okay? But at any rate, Mia is a little, this damn computer, Mia's a little salty that, you know, the grandmother is able to spend more times with, you know, with the sister's kid. Well, they're all in the same house as opposed to Mia and her children. So there may be a little bit of something there. But you know, they're just trying to get this relationship back started, so maybe it'll all fall into place.
I am back at work because your girl is selling candles. Everyone knows that I do my discovery, I do my research.
That's right, you guys. The Grand Dame is now selling 3-wick candles, okay? Not to get confused with Wendy's 1-wick candle, okay? These 3-wick candles, I guess, is supposed to spread the aroma around the room a little bit differently. I would imagine 3 wicks would burn faster, stronger, and get the scent out there. So she is on the phone with her team, and she's just like, yes, you know, let's make sure that we get it. You know,
let's make sure that we have a candle like Let's Get Lit.
Karen seems to think that that is a cute little name, you guys. I was like, oh, okay. Is everybody going to relate to Let's Get Lit? I mean, why not? You know, maybe that's the audience that she's trying to target. But yeah, that's what Karen is doing. Now, speaking of Karen and her candles, we also see Wendy talking about her candles, okay? She has Mr. Eddie, her husband, come in because remember, he was kind of telling her that I'm going to need you to get a business plan together, you know, so that you can really be serious about what you're trying to do. So, hey, when you've given Wendy a task, then she is going to follow through. So now she's going to present to him her business plan. So he's in the room and she sits down and she's given him all, I mean, you can tell she's done her research, at least as far as writing out a report. Not necessarily anything that is going to get to the peas and carrots of this situation, you know. So Eddie is just like, okay, so these candles, I can see the vision, I understand what you're trying to do, but you know, what else have you done? You know, what's your target audience? Who exactly are you going to be selling these candles to? Okay. And then of course we always got to think about the financials. You know, how much have you spent on it so far? What is the plan, the budget for the future? You know, these are the things that's the most important when you talk about a business plan. You can talk about vision all day. Okay, but how are we going to get this shit off the ground? So that's what Eddie is asking Wendy. And I think Wendy got so caught up in the vision that we ain't thought about none of that. When the producers asked her about, you know, the budget, you know, she was just like, yeah, I got my receipts. I was like, girl, not when you went to Michael's and got you some, you know, some little, you know, pots and pans and shit to cook these candles in, this candle wax in. You got your receipts for that? You know, you done melted down some chips and now you... Girl. So she said she got to put it on a spreadsheet and, you know, get it all on there and carry the numbers down. And I said, yeah, Wendy, maybe we just, I don't know why it doesn't seem like Wendy is able to quite hone the vision into an actual fruition. You know, I think she needs some more help there. Maybe Karen can help her. But Karen is so busy, you know, running her own empire that I don't know. But she's going to need some help because Wendy seems to be flailing. Then you guys, we see Ashley. This video is going to be really short. We see Ashley and she is going over to her family's house. You know, she's going to see her uncle. What is his name? Uncle Dump or something like that. This is the uncle that helped raise her. You know, her father did not want to be bothered. So this uncle, I'm assuming it's her mother's brother, stepped in to help raise her. Okay, so we see her at her uncle's house. She got little baby Dean with her, and you know, they're all happy to see little baby Dean. And she tells us that her uncle's been married to his wife for 27 years. Okay, so she kind of looks at her as, I guess, like a, you know, a bonus mother as well. So anyway, while she's there, you know, Ashley always real free with the information. She's telling them about her prolapsed uterus. I was like, wow, I've heard of people having prolapsed uterus, but it usually seems like it happens to people that are older. At least that's only been my experience with the people that I know. They were older women. So I wonder what happens. I mean, I think that they end up sewing the uterus back up high for it to reattach itself. And I don't know, but that sounds like a lot that's poor Ashley is going through. So I guess that's why she's saying that she has this pot belly that she's not able to get rid of. Child, I'm telling you, we as women, the things that we go through just to bring life to the world, okay? We need to get more credit than we do. Anyway, you guys, I'm getting off topic. So anyway, she's talking to them and they're asking her how Michael is doing. and especially with this new nanny. And Ashley says, you know what? Actually, she didn't think that she would ever have a attractive nanny, but and I told you guys, I was like, that nanny can get it. When it comes to Michael, I'm sure she can too. So, she's saying that she never thought she would have an attractive nanny, but it's working out well. And you know what? Michael is minding his business. He ain't over there trying to stud that nanny. At least that's what we think. Of course, the uncle still ain't really trusting it, okay, because Michael has proven to, have certain proclivities, and, it's not that he just does it in the dark, but the shit always comes to the light. So, the uncle is just like, make sure you keep your good eye on brother Michael. Anyway, while they're sitting there at the table, Ashley also tells them that Michael is thinking about, kind of pulling back from the real estate game and getting, dipping his big toe in the movie business. And they were like, movie business? The uncle was like, yeah, movie business has nothing to do with real estate. He was like, when I had a young kid, a young family, there's no way that I could just change my profession. And I was just like, okay, well, uncle, I mean, you and Michael probably are in different financial brackets. And that's no shade. It's just that when you have opportunity, and when you have money, then you have way more chances, way more choices, I should say, that you can make that change and it don't affect you. And that's pretty much what Ashley said. She was like, well, we're pretty much well established in real estate, and we're pretty comfortable there. So in other words, even if the shit didn't pan out with the movie business, we made sure that the real estate is solid. So we ain't gonna have no issues there, so you ain't gotta compare your little, trying to make sure that when you worked at Zodi's that you was gonna be able to pay all the bills and everything. No, we talking about real estate and him being able to do that. So I think we're gonna be okay. But like I said, that uncle and her mother and I guess the aunt, by extension, they still don't trust Michael. So we'll see. But so far, as Ashley says, so good. I'm not sure if I like this angle, you guys. I feel like you can see my chin and shit. And my double chin. Anyway, jumping over to Robin. So she and Juan go to a place called Roll Up. And this is some space, I assume, that you can rent different rooms, warehouse space for your growing business. Now, we know Robin has her hat line, and she says it's doing very well. She can't keep it, out of her home any longer. She needs bigger space, so that she can move around. She can probably hire more people. She can get these orders out because things have been falling by the wayside. And I guess immediately when she drops her lines, they sell out. So they're at this place, Roll Up. The woman is taking them around, showing them the different space. There is a space that's actually perfect, but it's $1,700 to $2,000 a month. And, Juan is like, that's kind of high. Okay. What I do appreciate about Robin and Juan is they not really trying to put on no airs, for this show. Okay. It is what it is. I'm sure she has a good salary from this show, but ain't nobody really trying to extend themselves, like that. I'm sure it gets better with each season. And, Robin's been there from the beginning, so I'm sure she's doing well. But, they've been through this. They've lost money before, so ain't nobody taking no damn chances. So he was just like, it's perfect, but it's just a lot of money. So the lady was like, I'm going to let you guys talk about it, and then, you can make a decision. So while they're in the room talking, of course, Robin brings up, that they don't want the bottom to fall out, that they've been here before, like I said, lost that money on the other business. So we got to just make some better decisions. And they got to remember that they are in the middle of building a home. And how much are we over budget? She said about $100,000. Now, I don't know how you get that far over budget. It seems like you would have had a builder, you would have had a general contractor, you would have had an architect. And yes, sometimes numbers do kind of get messed up, but $100,000? Like nobody was able to plan that? Your project manager wasn't able to plan, like, for some, a little cushion for if shit get a little, $20,000, $100,000. Y'all was doing a lot of upgrading. Y'all was adding to that. And I mean, whew. So anyway, I understand why it would be an issue with adding something like this on, even though $17 to $2,000 doesn't seem like a lot for somebody that would have money. When you're talking about still trying to build this house and having to come up with $10,000 here, $5,000 there, $2,000 there, every time you turn around, you got to do something else. Yeah, that's a whole bunch of money, girl. So anyway, Robin finally slides into him that she feels like she wants him to support her instead of him always trying to tell her kind of what to do. Okay, that she just needs him to be a little bit more soft with her, a little bit more, just a little bit more. And he was just like, well, I'm just used to having the boys, so I mean, okay, I can do that. I'll be a little bit more gentle in what I require from you. That's what's going on there. See, like I said, didn't all this feel like filler? All right, you guys, and then let's jump over to your girl, Candice. So Mother Dot is in town, okay? And of course, she is stressing Candice out like she always does when she comes to visit from Atlanta, because Mother Dot is quite the demanding one, okay? Candice is showing her around the house and telling her how she wants to decorate this, that, and the other. And suffice it to say, I don't believe that Mother Dot and Candice have the same decorating ideals. Whatever, it is Candice's home, and this is how she is going to decorate it. Candice says that she's trying to tolerate her mother, that she needs a little help, though, you guys. Her edges will be taken care of in its entirety by the time her mother is gone. I was like, girl, that Dot is something else. And Dot is not any different. She's the same old complaining Dot. Okay, but on a sly way that just kind of make Candice feel like she's not ever doing enough. Now, Candice has this song called Drive Back. This is her second song. We've been hearing about it all season, this video shoot. Well, the video shoot is amongst us now. That's the reason why Dot is there, so she can support her at her video shoot. The song Drive Back is about a woman that's driving back to see her boo thing. And she is still making sure that all of the girls will be coming, with the exception of Ashley. Okay, Ashley's invitation, right when she got full and did not need any more extras, that's when Ashley's name came up. So Ashley will not be at the event. Now, Candice tells us that she has to work extremely hard because she's not a dancer. That shit doesn't come natural to her. So she's always got to be practicing to make sure that she can get these moves down. And of course, she has to prove to her label that she's serious about this. So they've already spent like $10,000 on the budget of this video. And yeah, it all has to go well. So while she's at her rehearsal, Chris calls on FaceTime, and I just don't know. It feels like it's being put on for the show, because even though Chris has always been pretty stern with Candice, there's something about the way that he talks to her this season that I don't like. And I've always been Team Chris. I like the fact that he's able to kind of keep Candice in line, but I've been bothered this whole season. You guys kept telling me that she just needs to go on and hire a manager, and I agree. She does need to hire a manager. She doesn't need Chris to do anything, because we already know that when you mix business and pleasure, okay, your personal relationship and then your business relationship, that shit can get to be troublesome. And it's like his patience with Candice. I'm just gonna need you to have patience with me as a wife. I don't need you to be patient with me as a manager, because he's so flippant and kind of talks to her somewhat crazy, Now, granted, he's probably frustrated because Candice can be a lot, and they've had a lot of history where he's had to deal with her being a lot. So yeah, I'm sure that baggage has came into this relationship as well. But when he was like, I need you to realize who I am, and she was like, no, I need you to realize who I am. You work for me, not the other way around. And I'm thinking to myself, like, no other manager is going to tell their client that. He can say that because he's his wife. I mean, he's her husband. But that shit is not okay. Like, okay, well, then that's why I'ma just need me to have a manager. So my manager can just do the job that I ask him to do, and not be sitting here telling me that I need you to realize who I am. Because that's like that's immediate like firing if that would have just been a regular business relationship. Bitch, what? So, when she's saying he talking to her crazy and he telling her she talking to him crazy, it's just like, you guys don't need any more of this strain of a relationship on your relationship, trying to have this business relationship when the regular marital relationship can be struggly at times. So that conversation that she had with him, I was just like, none of this is cool. He said, you have to realize that when I say that I'm going to do something, then, that's what I am going to do. All right. And yeah, we got faith in you, but you ain't been around for all of the damn shoots. So really, what does she have to go by? They haven't had anything as serious as this video shoot to come up yet. So yeah, let's just see how you do on the day of the video. So fast forward to the day of the video. And, it's going to be in the parking lot. I was just like, what is happening here? I was like, Mia pulled up and she was just like, what is going on? You see somebody cutting the grass and, nothing else. And she was just like, am I the only one here? She got on her, I guess what you would call, R&B ready video shoot attire. Some damn shorts, jean shorts, and some stockings and all that. And that must have been like what Candice had suggested, because as soon as she got out there and we saw her outfit, then I think Wendy got there next with the same outfit on, except she got on a Tupac headscarf. Mia was like, girl, if you don't take that damn Tupac shit off your head. I was cracking. I don't know why that was so damn funny to me. So anyway, Mia was like, where's everybody? Like, why am I the first one here? And it ain't even my damn video shoot. Can the crew at least be here? Giselle pulls up right after that. Giselle actually looked cute, little leather legging number and some cute little shade or whatever. I was like, okay, somebody done got to Giselle. She ain't quite all the way 100% right, but she about at 75 now. She doing much better this season than in the past. But she actually hugs Wendy. And I was just like, oh, I guess they've agreed to disagree. Seems like they're getting along pretty well, And even though they've agreed to let bygones be bygones, Giselle says she still got her hater shades on. Okay, just in case a bitch want to get a little dicey. Okay, a little froggish. All right, she ain't gonna get too comfortable with Wendy. And I would suggest that Wendy does exactly the same. Don't get too comfortable with your girl Giselle. And of course, they're all trying to wonder, like, why they the only ones there. Giselle's like, why am I here? And what? Okay, Dot pulls up. And Mia and Dot are instant friends. Hey, how you doing? Go and give each other hugs and everything. I don't know how it came up, but at some point, Mia asked her how old she was. And, Dot told her, I think she said, what did she say? She was 56 years old. And I just was cracking up because I was like, who asked that kind of question? But, Mia, now we have learned that Mia just doesn't quite have any filter, right? She just kind of says what she feels like saying, honey. Wendy was like, you'd have got cussed out by the African mama if you asked. Yeah, I bet you that conversation would have went a whole lot differently had it been Wendy's mama. Yeah, so now that, we got Mia, we got Giselle, we got Dot, it's going to be a whole lot of shade thrown towards Chris. And by the way, where is Chris? Hell, where's Candice? Candice and them just finished shooting a garage scene, her and her dancers. So I guess they're on their way to this location as well. And this location is actually the last scene. It's going to be her and the girls. From what she and Chris had already discussed, is they were going to have these exotic cars or these luxury cars, and they were all going to drive off into the sunset. Okay. Well, we've got the sunset coming, and we've got the girls there. Candice and her background dancers finally make it there. We've got the director. We got, Candice's mama there. I mean, we got everybody there but the fucking cars, okay? And the cars are the vision that Candice had. And you got to remember the sunset, like Chris told her when he was talking to her out of the side of his neck. He told her that the sun don't wait for nobody. So we got to make sure that we get these shots on time, right? Okay. So we done did all our part. We got everybody, the necessary people there to do what we got to do. Where the fucking cars at? Didn't Chris say, I need you to realize that when I say I'm going to do something that is going to get done? Okay. Well, we already knew this was coming. Okay. Candice, when she gets there, realizes that the cars aren't there, and now this is a problem. Okay, she was like, we got Kias and Camrys here. We not really fucking trying to do that in the video. Okay, some of these girls do have luxury cars. I mean, Mia has a Range Rover. Wendy has a Range Rover, but from what I understand, hers is probably older. Giselle has this damn Gucci Mini Cooper that is not considered a luxury car in anybody's standard. You can put that green and red on that shit all you want, okay? I think Karen looked like, did she drive? Karen did drive, but she had like a Lexus or something like that, which is a nice enough car, but it's still not quite the look she was trying to have. I know Candice's car looks like it was just like a Lexus truck or something. You know, and everybody's car was just nothing really that we was trying to make it seem like we was doing some luxury shit, okay? So we got to figure out how we gonna do this. But in the meantime, you know, Dot and Mia and Giselle over there, you know, Giselle was like, I told her that Chris was trying to ride the coattails, and you know, the mama was just like, like, I just really don't understand why he had to quit all the things that he was doing just so he can be trying to help Candice, okay? So, of course, Dot is making things worse, but the show must go on. So, right when Candice is getting the most stressed, they've decided to do something else, the different direction with the video. And, you know, even her leading man from the video is there. And then they was like, oh, girl, here come your real man. Here come Chris. He got on his damn, he got on his, what the fuck is the thing called? Apron. And he looking real mad. You know how you be having that look on your face, kind of like Martin crazy and deranged at the club with his pajamas on looking for the girlfriend. That was Chris. He come walking all official. Nigga, don't come over here looking like that. Where these damn cards at? What happened to when I say I'm going to do something and I'm going to do it? All right, these are the things that I'm talking about. Either you going to be the damn manager or you not. Okay? If you're not going to do it, then let somebody else do it that can be there and make sure the damn cards is there. Y'all done wasted $10,000, okay? And we ain't got that kind of money to spend. So he's all trying to figure out, you know, talking to the director and snapping his hands and everything. None of this is bringing a car. And then he kind of walks off to the side because he already knows Candice is going to be pissed. He ain't trying to talk to her right now. And he ain't really trying to make it stressful for her either. Unlike Wendy, who's told Candice that Giselle and Dot are over there gossiping and saying stuff about, you know, Chris and him not working. And, you know, just shit that Candice don't need to know right now. So I was just like, Wendy, why you had to tell her this now? You couldn't tell her next week? You couldn't call her last night, you know, that night and tell her what was up? You had to actually tell her when she's already stressed to the highest at the thing. No. So, yeah, Dot is just a mess. Even when she was over there talking to Karen, you know, Karen was just like, hold on, come over here. You do realize that we are mic'd, right? Karen was just like, bitch, now. Me and Candice just got good. I don't really need you over here making anything worse for me, you know. So just, Karen is trying to just kind of be quiet, but Dot is still talking about Chris and, you know, told Robin that the house was big and kind of insinuated that she was helping them with the mortgage. You know, Robin was like, oh, I know that she's not paying the mortgage over there. Like, is she? You know, all of this. So I was just like, I'm sure Candice and Chris can manage to pay for their home. I mean, she's been on the show. She does enough to make sure she pays for her home, you know. So anyway, they come up with a new direction. We're going to just have the girls like, you know, happy that Candice sees them, you know, they hug each other. Then she's gonna go hug the leading man, and then they're gonna kind of dance around and whatever. I guess you got to see the video to really understand the concept. But we get through that, and then Chris comes over, you know, when it's done, after it's a wrap, and he gives her a hug, and you know, she's so happy to see him, and she gives him a hug. She's glad that it worked out. However, okay, when we get home, and we're going to have a discussion about this manager thing, girl, get rid of him as your manager to save your marriage and to save your fucking money, because we still need to realize and figure out where this damn $10,000 went and why we ain't had no cars at the end. It all worked out. They got the damn thing done. It wasn't quite what Candice wanted. Giselle and Dot are still over there talking about riding the coattails thing, and I was just like, oh, this is just so loud. This is just so much. And Dot, I tell you, she loves it. She loves a good scene where she can talk about Chris and Candice. So she'll be around to stir up the pot that's full of mess with Chris and Candice. I mean, I guess we got to move on to a new storyline now that Giselle and Karen aren't fighting anymore. All right, you guys, that is it. Let me get off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.